Hiya, Johnny. Thanks ever so much for joining us down here in the paddock. I've found a couple of great guys who I'm really enjoying talking to because I love this era of cars. I love what they look like and what they sound like because it's thunderous. And the man that is responsible for all of this, we got Ken and we got Brian here. But Ken, you're responsible for getting all these guys together, and you've been doing it for quite a few years now.
I'm guilty as charged. We started this in 1988. The first few guys got together, and then we started running them, and then as we went along, there was 9 of us, and now there's 30, and then there's 50.
Yeah. And Brian, one thing that people may not realize is that all of these cars have got a story. They're all original. You can't just turn up in something that's a replica. It's got to be legit.
There are a lot of recreations out there, but none of them here. These are all legit survivor cars, lovingly restored or somehow survived, and are in the condition that they were back in the day they ran.
Ken, the car that's behind us is one that's got quite a story. You went down to Mexico to get this Javelin, and I understand you kind of bought it with the intention of maybe trading up, but you ended up keeping it.
I ended up keeping it. I was going to trade up to a Budmore Carcraft Boss 302 and ended up keeping this. Yeah. And it's only been, I don't know, 35 years.
You're just getting started. What's it like to take out on track? It is a big, heavy lump by the looks of it, but you just said to me that the way to drive this is to really go for it. Speed is your friend. Put your foot to the floor.
Speed is your friend, so the way you drive it, if the car doesn't turn, if it starts to push, stand on the gas, kick the rear end out, and it'll go.
So good. I absolutely love these cars. You got to watch them. You're Group 7, I think, is that right? Coming up later on. The starts with these is second to none. And for you, Brian, this sort of passion with the Boss 302 Mustang, it started some years ago when you came here as a spectator.
It actually did. I was 21. I came to my first car race here, 1974, to watch a bunch of Porsches, and there was this very thunderous, black, sinister-looking Boss 302 Mustang in the A sedan group, and I couldn't stop watching it. I couldn't get the image out of my mind, and I fell in love right then.
And it was a great era of cars, like, you know, the Mustang, for example. The Ford Motor Company wanted to put themselves on the map in racing, you know, win on a Sunday, sell it on a Monday, and that's what they started to do in 64, 65.
And that's right, and that's why the cars look so much like their street car counterpart. They were really leveraging Trans Am as a sales tool for their street cars.
And by the time, though, we got to the 70s, they started to change. The chassis now, we're getting to race cars.
The chassis after 1972, they went to a tube frame, purpose-built race car, went away from the unibody, take them off the assembly line. So then these cars they disappeared for a while, then we all gathered them back up, and here we are.
And here we are. What time are you guys going out? Do you know? I'm putting you on the spot here.
I think 1 o'clock.
And one thing that you said to me as well, Brian, which is really interesting, because I said these guys are thunderous. You make sure that when you go down that start line, all of you guys are in tune, giving people the best experience possible.
That's correct. Yeah, what we do is we really always tell the guys on the front, do a slow start so when we all hit the gas, it's an explosion. Yeah. So that's what we do.
And it works.
It really does work. And Brian, I mean, they're unique, they're priceless, they've got a story to tell, but when you get out there on the racetrack, do you become a race car driver? Do you, Brian, want to beat him, Ken?
Well, we all want to, you know, do our best. We all want to beat one another. We like to race around each other. A very strict policy is no car-to-car contact. I mean, the cars have gotten insanely valuable in some cases, so everybody wants to be comfortable in their car around the guys we drive with, which I think is part of the success of the group. That's why we are all such good friends. We respect each other. We have we're sportsmanlike, and we drink beer and celebrate our success afterwards. So that's what makes us a bit of a family.
Have a great beer and celebrate your success afterwards. What have we got there? Oh, something else, little AC Cobra, I'm not entirely sure what that is. Yeah, some sort of AC Cobra, noisy thing, but I mean, Ken, when you start up, you can make that kind of noise, can't you?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. You know what, Johnny, I'm going to go back to you because I can't hear a thing down here, but Brian, thank you ever so much. Ken, legendary. Group 7, they're going out at 1 o'clock. Check them out because they are awesome.